every breath we take, we dive deep into the game's core. Scrapes and victories in doctors' hands, from the sideline straight to the score.
Welcome to the 2024 Homecoming Special of the Starting Lineup Podcast.
We are your hosts, Samantha Grajeda and Aiden Otivero. For this week's show, we are going to talk about the history of homecoming, Hereford traditions, and of course, the Herd Sports Report.
Did you know that every year the day before the game, Thursday night, we have a pep rally for the whole community and a bonfire following after the pep rally? It's always been a tradition for the Whiteface. Friday night before the game, the homecoming king and queen will be honored.
We're excited to jump into this week's show, interviews and sports report.
Homecoming is a celebration that involves the return of a group of people to a place they once called home, and is often with a school. It is typically a week-long event that takes place in fall and is centered around a football game.
The traditions of mums originated in Missouri in the early 1900s. They were chrysanthemums with a few ribbons pinned to a girl's shirt. The tradition became popular in Texas in the 1930s after Baylor University hosted its first homecoming celebration. In the 1960s, they started making mums artificial for longer shelf life. Today, mums are decorated with glitter, ribbons, lights, and bells.
Aside from the giant mums, homecoming in Texas is much like it is everywhere else in the United States. There are week-long celebrations leading up to the homecoming football game, including pep rallies, wearing themed outfits to school every day, and bonfires.
Monday night, Hereford Whitefaces had their homecoming parade, with the sophomore class float taking first place to Scooby-Doo, and HPA won Best School Float.
Yesterday, Hereford Whiteface had their homecoming pep rally where the homecoming king and queen were selected. Cheerleaders performed along with band. The selected winners for this year's homecoming were seniors Brylan Lopez and Marissa Marquez.
Traditions in other states. A lot of schools in the other states host homecoming dances along with tailgating and competitions. South Dakota likes to host this event called Hobo Day, where participants grow out their body hair for a month. The University of Central Florida's Spirit Splash tradition involves the students running into a pool the day before the homecoming game.
Fun fact about homecoming, the tradition officially started in 1915. Homecoming became a thing because people wanted to bring everyone back to their homeland to boost the school spirit. The largest mum is 290.64 square feet.
The hostile herd traveled 65 miles to play against a good Plainview team last week. The Whitefaces spoiled the Bulldogs senior night with a statement win of 26-16. Caleb Ramirez had 255 passing yards on 12 completions and 2 touchdowns. Tel Bryant led the receiving with 5 receptions and 111 yards and 2 touchdowns. Lastly, for the offense, Brylan Lopez rushed for 114 yards on 24 attempts, adding a touchdown to his impressive stat line. Eli Arredondo led the defense with 5 solo tackles on the night, and Elijah Cinceneros right behind with 4 solo. With the win, the Herd now stands 3-0 and are solidifying their spot as one of the best teams in the Texas Panhandle this week.
The cross-country team ran hard at the LCU meet on Saturday. Varsity girls finished in the team second place, running against 39 other teams. The varsity boys placed 26th place, running against 46 other teams.
Herd tennis. The teams that they played this week were West Plains on their home court Tuesday and lost 4-15. They are set to play against the Randall Raiders next week in Hereford. Make sure to support the Whitefaces and good luck to them against the Raiders.
For volleyball, the Lady Whitefaces played against the Dumas Demons for a district home opener, taking the win in 4-1. Then the Whitefaces traveled to Canyon, falling short of the victory, ultimately losing in 3 sets. This Saturday, the Lady Whitefaces take on West Plains at noon at Whiteface Gym. Let's pack the stands and cheer them on.
Hi, I'm Samantha Grajeda, and this is...
I'm Lori Coronado with the HISD Migrant Education Program.
All right, the first question I'm going to ask you today is, what year did you graduate from Hereford High School?
I graduated in 1994.
Ooh, 30 years.
94.
What were your homecoming traditions like?
Okay, so let me start by saying homecoming was very different when I was in high school. Okay, now we start things on Monday. There's a parade on Monday, pep rally on Thursday. Everything flows through the week. We had a crazy, chaotic, fun Friday because homecoming day, all festivities were in one day. So we had our day start with everybody, almost everyone wearing their mums and their garters. Mums went down to ankles, the bigger the better. We had bells galore. So, we talk about the cowbell. Well, those little cowbells were on every mum, every garter, to the point that it got so loud we had to tape them just to walk around with a mum or a garter in the school. Okay, so that's just a start, because then we have our pep rally at the end of the day. Before school was out, the world shut down for the pep rally. And when I say the world, all of Hereford pretty much shut down on that Friday, because we had our pep rally before the day ended, and then we went straight into our homecoming parade. So homecoming parade was Friday afternoon, 4 o'clock, 4:30, whatever time it was going to start. It was going to start right after school. Parade started. And then, of course, you had our class supper. Seniors were always the homecoming class supper. And then the game. So it was way different than it is now, which I get it. I get the concept, but it is just very different from back then.
Interesting. How was school spirit different than compared to now?
Well, as I just said, it really felt back in the day like the entire community of Hereford went around school athletics, the functions, all functions, whether it be band or football, volleyball, basketball. All of Hereford was very involved. And so when I say everything shut down, literally businesses would pretty much close. Everybody was a part of the parade. Everybody was at the game. The stadium was packed. So home section was packed. Band was at least double the size of the band now. We had, everyone had the support. The red seats were always packed. So personal note, not HISD, but personal community member, if you do not participate in sitting in your red seats, please give them up to community members that will, because those red seats were packed, and it was always awesome to just look up and see that everybody in Hereford pretty much attended your homecoming game.
All right, well, last question.
Yes.
What is your favorite Hereford tradition?
Oh, our favorite Hereford tradition. My favorite Hereford tradition that does not take place anymore, so I'll throw another spiel, is when we lettered in a varsity sport, we received cow tags. And it was a cow tag with our number. So I still have my cow tags from lettering in varsity. I know that a lot of people still have those. That was something that we received when we lettered in a sport. And so some of you may say, what is a cow tag? Well, we are Hereford Whitefaces. It's a cow tag about this big. There's a circle there. It is a legit cow tag. But they were engraved with our numbers. If you were a trainer, if you were a coach, like everybody had that part that just pretty much said, you are truly a Whiteface. So here's what you've earned.
Cool.
Hi, my name is Jackie, and today we have
Coach Gonzalez.
So today is game day. How are you feeling about today's game?
I'm feeling pretty excited, We're having a pretty good year with our football program, so just another game on our list to check off, and I like the homecoming atmosphere, so it'll be a big game, exciting game for our players just to go showcase their skills again.
That's good. As well, for today, it's HOCO. What was your favorite thing about our HOCO when you were in high school?
All the festivities, the parade, the pep rally, just getting to be around everybody, and again, the atmosphere. A lot of people like to show up for homecoming, so always have a good crowd, and just a fun game to be a part of.
Our last question is, what advice would you give to younger football players?
Stick to it. It gets hard at times, but it's always going to be a journey and a grind if you want to get to where you want to go in athletics. So always be positive and grind it out.
Well, thank you for being here today.
My name is Noah Zamora, and I'm here with
Keaton Caperton.
How do you feel about being a senior on homecoming night?
It feels amazing, because it's just homecoming's a big thing for the whole town, and just to be incorporated with that is just great.
What are your favorite, or what's like your rituals or favorite snacks or drinks before? Like, what would you do before the game, and what would you plan to eat before?
I like to go to Allsups, give me some electrolytes, maybe some beef jerky. I usually do that before games, especially road games.
So like, do you be getting Gatorades or like body armors?
That's like
Or do you go like Pedialytes?
the like Pedialyte stuff.
Uh-huh. And then, what are you most excited for tonight?
Pre-game, I love pre-game because it's just the energy is always so high, and then just walkthroughs. I love walkthroughs. Just getting ready.
You don't ever get tired during the walkthroughs or anything before the game?
No.
All right. Well, thank you for being here, Keegan.
All right.
Thank you for listening to this week's starting lineup. We hope you enjoyed this week's homecoming special. Make sure to tune in next week and make sure to show out at homecoming today. Go ahead.
The starting lineup's here to ignite. Passion running wild in the night. White faces strong, defy the storm. Together we shine, keeping us warm. Injuries mended with skill and care. Stories told from my heart to yours. From field to clinic, we do it right. Rocking loud for white face nights.